Hello, Codebreakers. We're back at it again with Task 6B in the NSA Codebreaker Challenge 2019. If you've watched the previous videos, you know that we have successfully logged in as our organization leader. We've been able to spoof a message and send it to a cell leader. And now we need to know about recovering all future messages on the server. Now, we're not able to decrypt any of the past messages, at least not yet, because we don't have any of their private keys. However, this challenge involves inserting our public key in a way where messages that are sent in the future will be able to read in plain text. If you recall, on the XMPP server, each user has a vCard that contains their public key. Now, this challenge is actually pretty easy, but it is a little bit tedious because it does involve logging in and out several times. But what we're going to want to do is actually go ahead and add our own public key to the vCards of all of the users in the server. The TerraTime app has a mechanism for doing this where if you register a user on a new phone and then log in through the TerraTime app, it recognizes that you have multiple public keys, and it simply appends that public key split by a colon to your vCard. Then all future messages that are sent to you are signed with both the old and new public key, and that makes it so that you'll be able to read that message on either of your devices, even though they are both still end-to-end encrypted. We can take advantage of that by adding our public key to all of the users on the server, and then any messages that are sent to any of them will be readable by us in the future. So in order to do this, the easiest way is just to let the TerraTime app do it for you. This is a little bit tedious, however we can go ahead and get that set up with the emulator right now. I've gone ahead and set back our organization leader's account so that he has his original public key back on his vCard. Again, you want to make sure that you don't overwrite any of the public keys, because if you accidentally delete one, you can't get it back without intervention from the support staff. So for this, just for ease of use, we can go ahead and generate a new 2048-bit RSA public key and private key here, just using an online generator. And we're going to want to go ahead and set up our database from task 3. We'll go ahead and set it up to where the pub key field here contains our key that we just generated. So now what we're going to want to do is go ahead and log in as users on the server. So if we recall, we had Callie, who was our user from task 3. So we'll go ahead and log in as them first. So we'll go ahead and update this xname field here. Close the database. Upload it using Android Studio. And then we'll get logged in as Callie. And so now we can see we're logged in as Callie, and we have their two contacts with Sarah and Liam. So what we're going to want to do here is go ahead and create kind of a list like we did before of all of their contacts, and we just want to make sure that we don't miss anyone. So we've got Callie, Sarah, and Liam. We'll just go ahead and kind of put an X next to Callie so that we know we have them. And what's happened in the background here is that Callie now has the new public key that we inserted into the database added to their vCard. So any future messages that are sent to Callie will be able to decrypt using this other private key that we generated that goes along with it. So now comes the little bit tedious part. We're going to have to log in as all of these users. So I'll go ahead and fast forward so you don't have to see all that. Okay, so now we've gone ahead and logged into all of our different users, and each server, it seems, contains 10 users. So we've marked them all off, and we've gone through and make sure to log in as each one. And what that's done is that it has inserted our public key that we generated into all of their vCards. And that means that whenever any message is sent to any of these 10 users, then we'll be able to decrypt it using this private key. So what we need to do is go to our input here. We'll paste our public key. We will paste our private key and hit submit. And now we've completed challenge 6B.